Sagging Ozempic phase, 5 ways to combat facial aging and wrinkles from Zepbound weight loss from somebody who's been through it. Hi, beautiful friends. I'm Elizabeth, Countess of Shopping. I've lost over 108 pounds the last 2.5 years of being on Zepbound, Mounjaro, and terzepatide compound. And you can go back, I have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of videos along the journey and see my face before and see where my face is now. I have nothing on my face, nothing. Literally, I just washed it with cleanser and here we are. And I want to deep dive into 5 solutions to help you because I get asked this so much in my free encouragement group. When you go to countessofshopping.com/group, my free group, I'll also link it down in the description link below. It's one of the many, many questions I get is about facial aging. Having just come back from QVC and HSN, I did a bunch of shows up there. And if you missed them, let me know. I'll put it in the group link. If some of you guys wanted to see the replay of me being on QVC HSN, this was with makeup on, lighting. There's actually no lighting in this shot. This hat, oh, you can't see my face. That was on HSN. Makeup and lighting, huge. So today I have no makeup on right now. This is like no filter. This is my face. So we can talk openly and honestly. The first of my 5 tips to combat, and I'll have, by the way, down in the description link below everything I'm talking about, so you can take what you want and leave the rest. I'm really 97 years old, and this is what my face looks like. Just kidding. I want to make sure you're paying attention. How old am I? I'm 44 years old. And so this is 44-year-old face. Now, number one, it would be deceptive of me not to tell you that I've had lasers on my face. I have not had lasers since the wintertime, though. Intentionally, I stopped doing lasers. Maybe it was late spring, like February, March timeframe. I stopped doing them because I was very worried about my face frying, knowing this summer I was going to go to the beach for 2 weeks, and I did not want to have lasers on my face with going and having a tremendous amount of sun exposure, which can obviously be very bad for your face. As a result of that, I've had more dark spots pop up. You can see them in here, which is fine. We're going to talk about all of that here. But the aging component of my skin and my neck, you can see on here, I've had lasers done on my neck. I've had lasers done on my face. I've had Botox, I've had fillers, and I've had high-end skincare that we're going to talk about. I have in today's options also not high-end skincare, budget-friendly skincare. I have both because I want to be very inclusive in today's show, but it would be dishonest of me. And I've been in the influencer world a lot. And so I've seen other influencers talk about their get ready with me and their skincare and stuff like that. And I'm like, you've done lasers. I know you've done lasers. You've done Botox, you've done filler, you've done peels, you've done these other things, and you're just saying it's skincare or CMOS, and that's not true. So number one for me, I want to be brutally honest. I have had lasers. I work with Dr. Neiman at Blossom Winchester Medical here in Virginia. If you're in Northern Virginia, DC, Maryland, it's actually like 30% less expensive than DC prices. So going over the mountain to go to her, she's amazing. She is actually a board certified anesthesiologist. She's really, really smart. So she's excellent at what she does. So she does my face. She does my face. And so that's the beginning part of that. If I feel like it's dishonest of me not to share with you, but I have had lasers done. The lasers that I've done, I don't remember the names. I tried to go look because they upgrade. They have like the highest grade of lasers. And so I don't know the names. They're high grade though. They're like there's like different ones. They have like cutting edge technology for us. Some people say they have cutting edge technology. They really do at Blossom Medical. So that's number one. I know that's not for everybody. And so I'm just saying that because that needs to be said first, because it would be dishonest to launch into this and be like, oh, it's all skincare. That's not true. It's not all skincare. This non-neck saggingness in part is because of skincare, but also more heavy lifting with some of these other things. And don't get it twisted, when other influencers come on and they're not disclosing this stuff, it is lying and it's dishonest and it burns my grits. And so that's why I wanted to start with that. Let me get off that island. Let's move to the next island. Number 2 is skincare, because skincare can be preventative and also fixing stuff. It can be both. And I have seen firsthand with my eyes in particular, I've tested not using eye creams and things like that and using eye cream. By the way, my eye's a little wonky. Last night I got a brutal migraine headache. And so if my eye looks a little droopy whoopy, it's because I was sleeping like this because of my migraine. And I'm like, no, my face looks lopsided. So if I tilt my head, I'm just gonna tilt it this whole way. We're gonna start off first. I did cleanser. You can use a couple of different types of cleanser. Tomorrow, starting on July 8th at 4 a.m. Eastern Standard Time here on Countess of Shopping YouTube, I will be launching all of my Prime Day picks, which I have worked on for months. You said months? I said months. I am your Prime Day expert. You will want to come here first for Prime Day. If you're on my email list, you will get an email at 3 a.m. of all of the deals starting so you can immediately shop 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's midnight West Coast time. So, in my free encouragement group, of course, I'll post there too first on countessofshopping.com/group. And that group is amazing. I've gotten off of Facebook because Facebook has shut down all GLP1 groups. So that is the group. Cleanser. So cleansers, I've tested a ton. I have found they don't really matter that much. It's in my mind, it feels like they matter, but I have found that they don't really matter that much. And so Cetaphil, I'm gonna link that down below. I have a high end, I use ZO, it's medical grade skincare. I use theirs. I've tried a bunch of different ones. High end, low end, I have found that that does not really matter for my skin. So cleaner skin, let's clean it. I do love, and I highly recommend if you wear makeup like I do, I have stage makeup on. So there's a tremendous amount of makeup that I had to wear to be on TV. There's two types of, it's a different type of cleanser, and it's like the waxy cleanser. I actually left mine in the shower and now I'm kicking myself I didn't bring it in. I'll put it on my sequential list down in the description link below will be each link. I'll have a idea list on Amazon. It's a whole bulk of all the products on there, and I'll go line item by line item of what I'm talking about today. So starting with that, and then I'll go into there's Cliniques. I like theirs, and I also like, who's the other big one? The marine one. It's one of the LMS. I like theirs quite a bit, and that gets the makeup off. And it's really, really nice. So if you have heavy duty makeup, do I use that every day? Not really. In the wintertime, I liked using it because I have drier skin, but not necessarily day to day. So cleansing my skin off. With Zepbound weight loss, there is sagging of skin. And I'm not talking in today's video specifically about like my loose skin on my belly or my thighs. That for me is the worst area. I don't really have it on my arms. The sagging of the skin, I've been really trying to lift, and that seemingly helped, but it has not helped my thigh sagging skin at all. We're not talking about that specifically today, but at the end, stay till the end, I'll talk about some of those solutions, but that's not the primary focus. Today's is neck, face, and décolleté with going into solutions on that. I will also use an exfoliant. I have found exfoliants don't really matter, like high end, low end. I like Zio's one because of the smell on it, but I've used a ton of others too. I do find if I have an exfoliant that's too harsh, it will make broken capillaries and make my face red. And so for me, I don't want broken capillaries. And so that's why I use Zio's, but you don't really have to do that. I will exfoliate my skin every other day, sometimes every day, but usually every other day. Next, this is one of the best steps I've started incorporating in to help with my Ozempic face and with aging. I thought these pads, it reminded me of like OxyClean pads from when I was in high school. And so I didn't really use them as an adult. I have found and come to actually really love these because they help slough off dead skin, which makes my skin age when I have like dry, crusty, dusty skin on it, hence the exfoliation. But these pads really do help. Now, I like Zio's pads, but Maree, M-A-R-E-E, I really like theirs. They've become quite popular on Amazon. I'll link it down on my Amazon shopping list down below. They're inexpensive. So like I said today, I'm gonna do high end and I'm gonna do budget. It is more so budget for those pads. They're great. I own them and I cannot find them. I've been traveling for the last 4 weeks. Forgive me. I've been all around the world from London to the Bay. Hammer, go, hammer, yo, MC, hammer. The rest can't go to, they can't touch this. I've been traveling, so I cannot find them. I will get more organized here after Prime Day, which again, 4 a.m. tomorrow. Be here or be square. Those are the next ones. And so in the morning, in the evening, I will swipe those on. I'm actually gonna do that right now because I'm gonna be doing my skincare with you because I got a naked face and I wanna put some skincare on. I feel very uncomfortable sitting here with no skincare on. So I'm just gonna go through and I do my neck too. I frequently have, because I do contour my neck, I frequently do have like makeup and stuff like that that's still on my neck despite like, that's gross. Isn't that gross? That's yucky. That's so yucky, but I'm showing you like that's like left over, and I want my skincare to be able to penetrate my skin, but also the pad component on it gets up that dead skin too. So the Murray ones are great. These are great. Those are Countess of Shopping approved. Next, I do my eyes next so it can set and have enough time before I start doing my makeup and things like that. And like I said, this one eye is wonky because I've had a raging migraine. When I tell you how hard I've worked for tomorrow's Prime Day, I have worked so hard. If you want to support the Countess of Shopping channel, come back for Prime Day. It's going to be huge. The next thing I have in terms of eye products is several. The budget one that I really do like, and I don't have it here in the studio to show you, but it's the Cetaphil one. Again, budget friendly, doing something in the morning and the evening. Higher up ones, there's a couple of choices that I really, really do like that I've tested out. One is the Zeo, their growth factor. This has made a huge difference on my eyes, huge. Now it's prescriptive grade, so you have to get it from a doctor to be able to, like a medical person to be able to get it. But that has been like the most helpful for me for dark circles, wrinkles, things like that, and making my eyes look less agey. But I bought on Amazon because I wanted to test it to see how did Obagi, and Obagi is the same as Zeo. They got bought out, but the Obagi on Amazon is Zeo is also Obagi. Dr. Obagi sold Obagi on Amazon. It gets confusing, but then they made this medical grade skincare called Zeo. So just to give some context, if you see Obagi, they're both Obagi, but Obagi Zeo is like where Dr. Obagi actively works currently now. But Obagi Elastoderm serum, there's a serum you can use. It's a roller ball on there, which is really, really nice. And you can get this on Amazon. This is more expensive, but the testing for this versus like the Cetaphil is better in terms of like the results from it. But again, I want to be budget inclusive. And so I'm not trying to like, I think using something, and Cetaphil is also nice. Like it's a nice product too. I will link that down below. We'll just, sorry, some of my product came off. And so I can feel it hydrating right now. And so like, it's like a little glass of water. Having that aging component of just not being well moisturized for me can make the difference between having crepey fine lines on my face and making it look older than it is versus not. And so I'll do that. I'm gonna let that kind of like sit in for a minute, and then I'm gonna loop back with the Obagi eye serum. If you're like, Elizabeth, I can only get one because of my budget. Great, again, I wanted to be very budget inclusive today. I would get then just the Elastoderm Firming Eye Cream, but the Elastoderm Eye Serum also, both are excellent. If you could only get one, the eye cream is amazing. Now, another budget inclusive option is Go Pure's eye cream. I could not find it. Like I said, I've been traveling. Please forgive me. I'm doing the best I can. Tomorrow's Prime Day show is going to be exceptional at 4 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. But Go Pure's eye cream is great. So then I have that on my eyes. I do that in the morning and the evening. Next, I come in with I like to do Zeo's Power Daily Defense. I have not found anything that is comparable to this other than Zeo's. I know of no such product on the market that does what this does in terms of it's making a preventative barrier in terms of like stuff penetrating your skin. I don't know of anything else that blocks the way that this is. I looked for Obagi. They do have a serum. I just haven't purchased it. Again, being fully forthright and honest about that. And the other ones that I've tried are not the same caliber. And so therefore, like, I feel like it's superfluous stuff if it's not doing this like higher, heavier lifting, then it's kind of like, and I don't want to be superfluous for you and waste your money. So that's why I'm recommending, I like the Zeo one. The Obagi one I have not purchased. Let's keep moving. Next is moisturizing my skin. Having a good moisturizer. I have lots of different options here. One of the things I do want to share is, people always freak out when I say this. This is an option. It's snail mucin. And people are like, "Scusi?" Yeah, snail mucin. You want to use it with water. You can put this on as the serum. It's not going to be like a Zeo serum, but it is also effective. I have used it. I have transitioned over, like I said, to some of these other products, but for a budget inclusive, budget friendly option, it sounds gross, but it works. Now, you don't want to mix the snail mucin with vitamin C, and you do want to make sure your skin is wet when you're putting it on. So this is an option. I will link it down below if you are looking for something that helps to brighten your skin or to help with that. Next is moisturizers. I have the Cetaphil option for our budget-friendly one. This big old jar, not expensive at all. And then I have Go Pure's anti-wrinkle moisturizer. That's also great. Tatcha's Dewy Skin Cream they have for dry skin or oily skin. I really also love. Those are awesome options. So there's lots and lots of options for you in terms of moisturizer as well to help. I'm gonna, what am I gonna use today? I'm actually just gonna use the Cetaphil. I am just gonna use the Cetaphil right now to give a little bit of moisture because I do have drier skin. And so again, that dryness with Ozempic face, it makes a difference. If you're not moisturizing, it's gonna look cakey, dry, flaky, and having loose skin, particularly under my neck, and you're supposed to go up like this, but I have a mic on and if I keep banging it, you guys are gonna complain about it. So I'm trying not to bang my mic, but normally I'd go like this and I would do my décolleté, but I'm not gonna do my décolleté because I'm not showing you the goodies, but normally I'd go on my chest too. Décolletage, not décolleté, décolletage. So going along in here and then along the neckline. There is a procedure, by the way, for loose gobble gobble that I looked into getting. And I've looked into it several times actually, and I'm terrified of it because what it does, and I don't know the name of it, someone tell in the comments if you do know the name of it, but it blows your face up like a bullfrog. And then after like a couple of days, then it reduces down and it tightens your neck and like the underneath double chin that's saggy and gobble gobble. I just will stick with my, like you can see it in here, you can see on my neck when I do this. I've had Botox put in here to help loosen some of those muscles too, to make it not so pronounced in my neck. But for that under gobble gobble, there is that procedure, but the bullfrog part, I said, ribbit, ribbit, I'm afraid. So I have not done that. I have not done that. And so, but that is an option too. If you are not afraid to do that, that's an option too for your underneath component. We put the next component in here in terms of Ozempic, anti-aging, facial wrinkles, as well as there is the Obagi vitamin C option. That's a great option too. You can do those at night or in the morning. You just want to be careful mixing, like not mixing like retinols with vitamin C and things like that for application. So for during the day, I'm going to put on my SPF. This is, we're going to talk more about for number 4, but for number 2 in terms of skincare, you need to be putting on SPF on your skin. Like you're aging yourself so badly by not wearing an SPF every day on your face. There's 10 million choices. Pick one. I love the Dermalogy one. I love the Alistin one. I love Go Pure's tinted moisturizer. These are all tinted moisturizers. The Color Science I also love. I love all of them. And then I've also recently gotten into, because I walk more, so I'm out and about more, and so I'm sweating more and things like that. So reapplying sunscreen, I have the ZOs there. It's a powder format that you can put SPF on with, like this, and it already has it like in there. You can see it's like, it's on there. That has SPF on it. I have, there is a great one from Banana, is it Banana Boat? I'll link it down below. It's a budget-friendly one. It's a brush literally with the sunscreen on here. I've recently, when I was at the beach, this is what I used, was the Color Science. I really have come to like Color Science quite a bit actually. That's another option that you can put on. This is easy to have in your car. What if you had said in the comments, if this gets like too much sun exposure of the actual product, it's not good. I didn't know that. So just, I have not verified that, but I'm gonna pass that along. Somebody else had said that. And so I thought that made sense to me. And so I've kept mine in my car console to be able to just pull out easily. That's an option too for extra SPF. I'm just gonna use for today's episode because it's easy. This is SPF 46. It has in there the tinted moisturizer so I can protect my skin. I like this one too because you'll see it's gonna slightly cover my dark spots, my age spots. Now those age spots will get blasted away when I use lasers, which will be in the fall again, after I know that I'm not going to be like at my kid's soccer game and at the beach and things like that. Now I'm going to come down and do my neck. And again, I'm doing it downward because I have a mic on. Normally you do things upward, but putting SPF on, super, super, super important. And so you can see in here, it's helped, like that's covered up a little bit more so than my dark spots that I had on there. That is an option as well. I also really like the Alastin one too. The Alastin one is expensive. I think it's $70 or $80 a tube. This one is less, these are less expensive options as well. And I like them because I feel like they blend well into my skin. Okay, next. So at nighttime, you can do a retinol. I'm not doing, for daytime, I'm not doing a retinol, but at nighttime you can do retinol, and that helps with those dark spots. If you're not able to get lasers, that is an awesome option, is using retinols. The retinols I really, really like are Go Pures. I really, really like theirs. I didn't bring them into the studio. I like theirs quite a bit. Now, I'm going to bounce off of that island. I'll link those down on the Amazon shopping list down below for you. But neck creams, many of you have asked me about neck creams. I've got 10 million of them, and also a new neck cream that I've really been enjoying. A very inexpensive option is the QRX ones. That's linked down below, the lemon verbena. It's not expensive, it works well. Go Pure, their neck and their tightening neck cream, that's another great option. I love Crepe Erase. I just actually bought this. You can see the seal is still on it because my other one just ended. Like I just ran out of it. I like that it has the pump on it. Actually, I'll just open it so you guys can see because it's my brand new one. I just bought it. So you just pump it like this, see? And so it's got that neck cream. It's thicker. It makes a difference. I can see a difference. Is it going to last all day? No. When I first put it on, to me, it's like my skin's like, it takes less of the gobble gobble out on my under chin area because I did have a double chin and I did have a wider face in here. The newest one that I've been testing and trying because you guys said to, and I bought, was the Be Poised, the neck and décolletage firming cream. I like this. Now, some of these, what are they called? Maylis is the brand name. I'll link it down below. This will be on my list. These Maylis, you may see them in advertising everywhere. Like they're all over like Meta advertising and stuff. They have a heat warming for some of their creams. I don't like those. I don't like the way that that feels. This is not one of those heat warming creams, but they do have some of them. The ones I recommend don't, which is why it's on the Amazon list. But just FYI, if you buy some of their other stuff and you're like, oh my gosh, why is my skin not burning, but getting warm? That's why. So that's for my neck area. And then for my, I'll talk about my loose body skin creams. I'll talk about that at the end. Number 3, collagen is a big deal. We don't have to, but for muscle building, it's recommended for GLP1 patients. And I did a whole video on it with all of my scientific references for collagen. I like Clean Simple Eats. You can use my discount code down below for their collagen. They're really good. They have a bunch of different flavors. The strawberry colada is my favorite flavor. The color, it turns like a pinkish color. It's actually not dye, it's beetroot, which makes it that color. And then also my other favorite collagen that I love is, do I have it in here? It's the Bioptimizers, their bigger one, of their mushroom breakthrough. It doesn't taste like mushrooms, but it has collagen in it. And that equals around 15 grams of collagen for me each day. Do I have that every day? No, but I try to have that every day. Definitely after I eat my lunch, I will have my collagen drink today. I'm really looking forward to it. So ingesting collagen, super important to help with skin, like, and I did a whole video about why collagen, like if you want to know the why component, but I'm just telling you that's one of the things that very much helped me. Number 4, going back over to SPF. SPF matters so much, so much, so much, so much. Preventative skin, like preventing that skin damage. That's why I have these spots up here, is because of total skin damage and totally frying my skin. And same thing on my décolletage is that I'm blasting with lasers now, is all these age spots because of too much sun exposure. If I just worn my SPF, it would have circumvented and made me not look as old as I am now. And the aging. Ozempic face gets this bad rap. And so I want to, like, losing weight is awesome. It's been awesome for my health. I will take the changes in my skin 5,000 times over to be able to lift weights and to be able to do the things that I'm doing. I absolutely will take that. But going back to the SPF component, losing weight, I absolutely will do that. And so I feel like Ozempic gets this bad rap of, oh, let's let the media make these bad side effects. But I will happily take these problems to have what I have today, to be able to do what I'm doing. Like, oh my gosh, absolutely. So SPF, pick one you like. I don't care which one it is, as long as you pick one and start incorporating it into your routine. Tune in tomorrow at 4 a.m. Eastern Standard Time if you want to stock up on all of your SPF for the next 6 months. I will have a bunch of stuff to talk about with you on that. Number 5, water. Staying well hydrated can also make well hydrated. And when we look dehydrated, our skin does age. And so keeping that in mind of making sure you're staying well hydrated, drinking your water, specifically on a GLP-1 medication, flushing your body out with all of it, like it's super helpful. And for me, having that grabbing component of not grabbing for food because of the appetite suppression and grabbing from my 40-ounce tumbler is awesome. Now, a couple of other things in terms of loose skin on my body. I love Sol de Janeiro's body scrub. It's expensive though. This is pricey. And so I have talked about this last year and I poo-pooed it. It was Tree Hut. It's inexpensive. But I bought it again recently because it was on Amazon Deals of the Day and I wanted to get my kid one because it had a flavor he really likes. And I was like, he might enjoy that. And he did enjoy it, actually. And I bought one for myself, and I actually really do enjoy it. Here's the problem. It's a sugar scrub, Shea Sugar Scrub. It made me have last summer when I used this, ants come into my shower. So I just, this year, now that we're back into ant season, need to make sure both my son and I are washing this fully down the drain because I don't want ants. That was disgusting. I came in and I was like, oh my, ew, brother, ew. So, which is why I kept using the Balm Dia Sol de Janeiro. So I like this. It's a great product, but the sugar scrub component of it for me led to ants in my shower. For the price point on it, I'm going back to it just to try and see, but having that good exfoliation on my body for my loose skin, it does make a difference because then when I put on these creams, it does help. Are creams going to get rid of my loose skin completely? No. That's where things like I will be having loose skin surgery that will help me. And so after Prime Day, I wanted to get through Prime Day and then get my kid back into school. So once he's back in school, so come September, my intentions are to set up an appointment with a plastic surgeon. You guys have been so helpful in helping me pick a good plastic surgeon. So thank you for that, by the way, for all of you who've messaged me. Thank you. But these are some of the creams I like. I really love, my favorite 10 out of 10 is the Crepe Erase Body Firm Cream. It is exceptional. I do like the Sculpt and Tone Arm Cream from GoPure. I like the Sol de Janeiro Baja, the pink one. That one's really, really nice. And I've recently added this one. It's the Maylis Beef Oxy. There's 2 that I like of theirs. It's the Inner Thigh Firming Cream, but I just use it elsewhere because it works so well. But it's this pump in there, just being mindful of that. It doesn't have that heating component that some of their other products do. And again, friends, I did not like that heating stuff, but maybe you might, maybe you might. So that is an option. I will link that down below also for my Amazon shopping list. Now, one of the other things that I get asked to is the crepiness under my eyes for aging. I ended up using this. It's the Tatcha stick. If you get creping where your eye makeup, you could be using too much concealer underneath. And that's been part of my problem too, is I would cake on concealer, which made by like 6 hours later, way too much product got stuck in the cakiness of my under eyes. So this, you can just take this balm and go after, like I use this, I don't know, a couple hours after I have my makeup on, because then I can start to see that it's not as moisturized, it's not as smooth. I just go in like this over my makeup and the balm helps to break up underneath that crepiness, you know what I'm talking about, where it's like dry, crepey, the makeup's embedded in there. This is a great one. Stay tuned till tomorrow's show, 4 a.m. Eastern Standard Time as well. Now, some of the other things I recently just bought on the docket to try is the Fenty Skin, the Butter Drop. You guys had recommended that, so I bought, and I'm gonna try that. And then I also have Obagi wipes. I like those too sometimes, not every day, to take off my makeup with sometimes. And then one of the other favorite ones that I love, and I do have a discount code for this too, is it's supporting a small business owner. It is a Black woman-owned business, which I love supporting Black women-owned businesses. It's called That Napa Life, and they have shower steamers. They're exceptional. Highly recommend. Run and check those out. They are amazing. I love having these at the end of my shower too. You can use my discount code linked down in the description link below. My beautiful friends, I love you guys so super much. And I'll be here tomorrow. I hope this helps. I hope that giving the budget inclusion options, there's lots of them. There's a lot, you don't have to like, I like having because it does the higher end ones, I do find that I get slightly better results, but you're gonna get results whichever way the wind blows, PETA. So I like to be inclusive. Is there better data with like medical grade skincare? There is, like that's true. However, if you're going from not doing as much to doing a little bit more, and I found with my weight loss, you don't need to buy all these things if you don't want to. I found for me, I wanted to care for my body more with my weight loss. And so I wanted to go, like, I like doing this stuff quite a bit. It makes me feel good because I want to take care of my body. So I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. Our emoji of the day today is going to be, um, they have like a little paintbrush. And so we're gonna do a little paintbrush, and I do emojis of the day to get to know you better because I care. It helps the bat signal that you've made it this far in the video. And it's also my bat signal to pray over you. If you don't believe in prayer, uplift you in positive thought, because all are welcome at the Countess of Shopping table. My beautiful friends, what are you doing today to move you closer to your goals? Tell me in the comments below, and be kind to yourself, be kind to others. I'm Countess of Shopping. Count my blessings because life is delicious. Love you guys. Bye.